Shout out to Danny because he watches my podcast. Danny is a homeless gentleman in my area. There are a few homeless guys that kind of hang out, near my building. I met Danny 2 years ago. I was walking one day and he's sitting on a bench and I just stopped and talked to him and we have a conversation. In that first conversation, he says, "Wow, Donni, you made me feel human. You really made me feel seen." And so, I've just been building a relationship with him. I walk maybe 3 days a week. I walk everywhere. I walk to get my nails done. I just walk. And so every time I see him, I would stop. It wasn't just like, "Hey, Danny." It was, "How are you doing today, Danny? What do you need today, Danny? How can I help you today, Danny?" And this was over 2 years ago. And over the years, I give him money and I buy him food and I do all these things that are small gestures for him or small gestures to me. I can give you $10. I can give you $20. I will go to Houston's and I tell him, I pass him on my way to Houston's. Houston's is a restaurant in Atlanta that I love to be at. If you ever trying to catch me outside, pull up to Houston's, right? And Houston's is what they're known for is their Hawaiian ribeye steak and their ribs and their cheeseburger. And so I stop and I say, "Hey, Danny, I'm going to Houston's." And I would order him whatever I order myself. He'd just say, "Bring me what you get." And I would get the ribs and I bring him a plate of ribs. I get the steak and I get him a steak. I don't give just because he's homeless. My heart isn't built to give you something that I wouldn't enjoy for myself. I'm not gonna go and eat a Hawaiian ribeye steak and then stop at McDonald's and drop you off something to eat. I'm going to give you what I give myself, and I treat everybody in my life that way. I bought my mom a home. I wasn't buying her something that I wouldn't live in a community that I wouldn't live in conditions that I wouldn't live in. You get what I get or better, right? And what's interesting is, I said to a few of my friends, I saw a post on Instagram from one of those guys. Maybe I forget his page. I don't want to say the wrong. I don't want to give credit to the wrong page, but it's one of those guys who go around and they meet homeless people and they raise money for them. And in this particular episode, there was this gentleman who he was just such an awesome man. And he was living on the streets and this Instagram influencer was able to raise enough money to purchase him a home cash. And I said, I wish that I was able to do something like that. I can't wait for God to bless me to be a person that can impact somebody's life in that way. Somebody who truly, truly, truly has a need. And we're talking about praying for a person, a future version of us that we want to be, but praying for the process. I didn't say, I wish that God allows me to buy somebody a house. I said, I cannot wait for God to put me in position to be a person that could change somebody's life in this way. I didn't realize that my behavior with Danny and my behavior with most homeless people that I build relationships with, because if you're on my normal path, I'm going to build a relationship with you. I'm going to make you feel human. I'm going to make you feel seen. I'm going to contribute to your life. And he sent me a message. Let me go to my text messages. He sent me a message the other day. And on my walks, I walk with all my friends. So if you're walking with me and Danny outside, you're going to stop and talk to Danny too. All right? You're going to stop and talk to Danny too. He sent me a message, but here are the pictures of his new apartment. Right? This was just the other day. He's sending me pictures of his new apartment. That's him and his mom. And we are having conversations. And he sends a message that says, "Hey, Donni, I just wanted to thank you for everything. The money, the food, and much more importantly, the love from you and Deja, because my daughter built a relationship with him too." Then he's trying to spell her name correctly. He says, I'm great at spelling, but so many ways to spell her name. And also, tell Naja that I love her as well. I love them. I love you. I just moved into my new place. He sends me the picture of his bed, his kitchen, his living room, his bathroom, and he gave me his address. And he sends me a picture of him and his mom. His mom is finally able to see him in his own place. And am just like floored. I'm in tears. I'm losing it because like all the prayers, all of the connections, all of the money, and hey, take this and do this. He talked to me about his business idea. Hey, do this. Hey, plug into my podcast because it's going to help you get on your feet. Like when you don't see me for a couple of days, you need to be listening to me. And I gave him some AirPods. I bought him some AirPods. I gave him some AirPods. Danny, protect these with your life. There's outlets all up and down this main street. Keep these AirPods charged. Keep your phone charged. Protect this with your life because I need to be in your ear as much as possible. And anytime I saw him, he would talk to me about something I said on the podcast. Hey, Donnie, I heard you say this. Hey, Donnie, thanks for the food. Thanks for the money. Thanks for this. And Danny has a home now. And so when I think about me asking God to prepare me, this is preparation. I needed to see this. It came across at a time where I was like, man, what am I doing? Am I doing enough? And then this subtle reminder right here. And I'm gonna go by and spend some time with him the day after Thanksgiving. I told him I'm gonna bring dinner. I might cook it, I don't know, but I'm gonna bring something. And he said to me, I just had to get my mojo back, like Mike Myers. But now because of you, it's back and I'm back. And I said, no, Danny, thank you for saying that, but it's because of God. I'm just a vessel and I love you too. And Sal, when I tell you this did something to me in ways, and then he flexed on me. He said, hey, when you come next Friday, be sure to call me first because I got security just like you. They're not just gonna let you up in here. Come on, Danny. Like, I'm so excited about it. And God allows these things to happen to me all the time because step one in having an identity shift is defining who the future version of you actually is. I know what I want to do with my influence. I know it's bigger. I know it's bigger than just helping you start a business. I know it's bigger than 10 steps to scale a digital brand or a product brand. I know that there are people that I need to impact in that way so that you can go and impact the world. Like, that's what we're purposed to do. I'm clear on that. Step one, define the future version of you. Ask yourself some really, really, really powerful questions. Outside of money, what am I really doing this for? Outside of the money, if I had access to all the money, what am I really doing this for? Number two, who do I have to be? Who do I have to be? Who do I have to become in order to have what I want? Is this a selfish version of me or is this a selfless version of me? The person that I have to become, what are their habits? What do they wear? What kind of conversations do they have? What do they eat? How do they care for their body? What are their standards? How do they live? How do they prepare? What are they doing in their free time? How do they think? What do they tolerate? I love the girls who have high standards. I love the men who have strong discipline. I love me a married man who is untouchable. I love me somebody boyfriend who is untouchable. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I be seeing y'all out here in these streets, strong arming. I see my entrepreneur friends who are in relationships or married. You can't get close to them. These girls out here doing the most, coming to conferences half dressed, barely got something on the cover up there behind, trying to catch something. You're not catching them. And I love to see it. Discipline. I love the woman with standards that says, no, I'm gonna go in fully dressed. I ain't throwing it out there. I ain't trying to catch that like that. I love the girls who say, you're not gonna play with me, not another time. I'm not a doormat. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I got boundaries. The future version of you. What are you tolerating? What are you tolerating? Who can get close to you? What type of person can get close to you? What does their heart posture need to look like? What does their mindset need to be like? If I'm being honest, I don't keep people around me with negative. I don't block people from being around me who have negative mindsets. I just don't. Because I grow from listening to all kinds of people. But who I do keep around from around me are people with negative mindsets that refuse to grow. They're closed-minded to growth. They're closed-minded to learning. They're closed-minded to evolving your mindset.
Like I said, this is the type of TV shows that I like to listen to. They always teach morals, they teach values, they teach lessons, and it's real life situations that they put themselves into. And the newer stuff is all scandalous. It's drama. It's just not even worth watching to me. I don't like to look into that type of thing. It's just not for me. And I don't believe that it would ever be for me, because it's just not worth it to me. I don't really care for that type of thing. But nevertheless, I watched this show. It's called Leave It to Beaver, and Andy Griffith, and The Lucy Show, and I Love Lucy, and Father Knows Best, and different channels like that actually show you the real that you should look at. Real life lessons, real life morals and standards, and just anything and everything you need to know about what goes on in your life or somebody else's life. And like I said, Donni, she is a very special woman to me. She always has been, and she always will be, and I will remain close with her because she is like my favorite business coach. You may not be able to find the video that I just pulled up. I just have a way of being able to access that type of thing, and some people are not able to do so. So I just wanted to put out there that it's not just her that thinks like that when it comes to myself. I've had an impact on many people. And it's not me patting myself on the back. Once again, I don't even care to do that. It doesn't matter to me what you or the next person thinks about me. It really doesn't. Because there's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions when it comes to myself and other people. A lot of people are very quick to judge you for whatever you do. And those are just those people. I mean, why would you care about what they think about you? You know about yourself, and you know what other people think about you. It is, however, it is a nice situation to hear how you have impacted certain people's lives. And I know I did with her, and she also did with me. So we kind of like impacted each other. It wasn't just her end, and it wasn't just my end. It was both of us together. And it takes two to tango, as I've said. Sometimes you tangle with somebody and it all goes awry, and you didn't get along with that person. You were not compatible with that person. That person might have tried to mess you up, make you look bad or whatever. But in the end, who cares? That's just them. It's a them problem. And it isn't being conceited to say that. It's just a fact. Some people will work in your life and you'll chime together. You will not ever bump heads. You will continually be around that person. Donni is actually attached to somebody, so I would never try to do something with her being in that position. However, she is the epitome of the type of attitude, personality, and everything else that I am looking for in a soulmate. She is the epitome of it. So if I had to, like, hold a certain standard, it would be her. It has zero to do with any kind of money that she might have or anything like that. What it has to do with is her actions. She spoke on it. She didn't only buy me things and give me money, but she showed me love. She showed it to me. She didn't, I didn't have to, put all kind of money into her or anything like that. You heard what my situation was. So she was actually doing the opposite for me. But I could tell you this beyond the shadow of a doubt. Let's just say she got caught up outside, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and there were 5 guys standing around her in a circle, and they were trying to take advantage of her, do whatever they wanted to her. If she called me, I live almost 5 miles away from her, but I will guarantee you this. I would go through a million fires. I would swim through deadly sharks and everything else just to go to her, to help her out of that situation. Because that is what love is about. If you love somebody, you will protect them at all costs. And it really doesn't even have to do with a romantic type of relationship. Her and I, you heard, she built a relationship with me. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be romantic. It's just the point that if she needed my help, you can guarantee this, I will be there to help her. Whatever it takes. If I had to run from here over to there, it might take me an hour to get there or whatever, but I would still do it. I would borrow somebody's bike. I would ask somebody for a ride, get an Uber. Whatever it took for me to get over to her, I would do it, okay? And that's just me. That's me in any situation. If I'm a friend of yours or even in a romantic relationship, if we didn't live together, of course, I would be there for whoever it is because that is me. That is absolutely me. And I just wanted to come with that because a lot of people don't look at certain people in a correct manner. They think of people as being bad, or they might even know that you're not bad, but they speak on you like you are. And I never did come to anybody, including the last girlfriend that I had. I never asked her for any money. She never gave me any money. She never gave me much of anything, including love. I did not feel love from that girl, okay? But she could have turned around and said it. And I'm not an abusive person. I'm very laid back. So I would never hit a woman. I think I spoke on this before, but my dad, when I was young, he said, that is one thing I would never tolerate. If you were to hit your wife, your girlfriend, or anything, I would not tolerate that. And he said he would hit me if that ever happened. Well, that stuck into my mind from when I was a child. And so I feel the same way. I wouldn't have never hit a woman anyway, but just him saying that was enough for me to say, you know what, I'm going to take after my dad and say, hey, I'm all in on that one. I would never hit a woman also, and I don't have any plans of doing so now. And so that is how I have lived my life all the time. Anyway, I want you to know that I love you. I love you right there. Love yourself, love my Father God, and by all means, love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.